the illusion of identity and the inaction of humanitarianism. The obsession with identity, especially when championed by small, vocal groups, serves no practical purpose in the broader context of societal progression. Identity is not an inherent, unchanging truth, but a fluid construct, shaped by cultural, historical, and societal forces that have been commodified over time. Prioritizing identity above all else, whether for individuals or groups, distorts the societal function and obstructs the focus needed for collective advancement. These demands, rooted in subjective desires for recognition, distract from the deeper, more pressing issues that affect society at large. Rather than fostering fairness or justice, the fixation on identity acts as a tool for self-affirmation, indulging in narratives that avoid confronting the larger structural issues at play. By focusing on narrow concerns, identity politics prevents critical conversations that could lead to real change. It offers no lasting solutions, only a diversion from the challenges that require genuine action and reflection. Identity, as it is currently understood, is not a road to improvement, but a mechanism for division, a way of entrenching individuals in their subjective self-images at the expense of addressing the broader concerns that affect everyone. Humanitarianism, a fantasy veiling reality. Humanitarianism, often lauded as the pinnacle of moral action, is in many cases merely a subjective illusion, rooted in privilege and the comforts of the present. It is less about genuinely alleviating suffering and more about creating emotionally satisfying narratives that allow individuals and groups to feel morally justified without confronting the true consequences of their actions. Acts of supposed charity are not inherently virtuous, they are often a way to maintain the status quo, providing temporary comfort while ignoring the deeper, systemic failures that contribute to the issues they claim to address. These humanitarian efforts act as distractions, focusing on surface-level symptoms rather than engaging with the root causes of the harm. In many cases, the illusion of doing good becomes a substitute for real, lasting change. Rather than tackling the real sources of exploitation, inequality, and suffering, society has come to rely on the easy balm of charitable gestures and virtue signaling. These actions are not solutions but temporary reliefs, helping to avoid the hard truths about systemic problems that demand more than symbolic gestures. Humanitarianism has become a tool for avoidance. It allows people to feel good about themselves without addressing the uncomfortable reality of how deeply ingrained systems continue to perpetuate suffering. Benevolent acts, while well-meaning, often serve to soothe personal guilt or discomfort rather than create tangible change. In many instances, they simply pacify the masses, maintaining a false sense of progress without ever confronting the reality that those same systems remain largely unchanged. The futility of inequality and the illusion of a path forward. In a world defined by the limits of human experience, there is no inherent answer to societal inequality, no neatly packaged path to fairness or progress. The pursuit of equality, a concept that humans have constructed as a noble ideal, ultimately serves to distract from the deeper existential truths that humanity must face. Reality offers no guarantee of equality, nor does it provide any blueprint for achieving it. The notion that humanity is entitled to equality, or that there is some universal remedy for disparity, is an illusion, one that pacifies the diverse working class, assuring them that something can be done, while simultaneously preventing them from acknowledging the much harsher truths about their own survival. The focus on equality, far from being a productive endeavor, is a wasteful exercise that consumes energy and resources better spent on confronting the more fundamental aspects of existence. Society's obsession with equality masks the much deeper and more important realities of the human condition, that there are no guarantees, no entitlement to fairness, and no pathway that ensures progress. To fixate on the abstract concept of equality is to ignore the much more immediate necessity of engaging with the world as it is, unpredictable, unequal, and without any inherent promise of improvement. In truth, humanity's insistence on living in a world where equality is not only possible but expected, serves as a form of denial, a refusal to face the stark reality that life and society do not owe anyone anything. The idea that one's struggles, or the struggles of any group, can be solved by abstract ideals of equality is a fiction, a diversion that detracts from the essential work of survival and progress. Reality demands engagement with the present, not an imaginary world where everyone's needs are met or their desires validated. The price of denial, facing reality. The refusal to acknowledge these realities, masked by comforting language and subjective notions of righteousness, accelerates societal decline. By focusing on emotional satisfaction, whether through identity politics or humanitarian gestures, humanity avoids the necessary, difficult work required for real change. The refusal to confront the true nature of society's flaws, especially when cloaked in the language of equality or charity, only perpetuates the structures that maintain the status quo. These actions are mere distractions, not solutions. The choice before humanity is clear: to continue in denial, clinging to fantasies of equality and idealized notions of social harmony, or to face the truth of existence as it is, a complex, often harsh reality where change comes not through idealism but through hard, often uncomfortable action. It is only through confronting these uncomfortable truths that meaningful progress can be made. Humanity is at a crossroads, and the refusal to engage with the reality of the world as it exists, without the promise of equality or fairness, will lead to further stagnation. The world does not owe humanity comfort or a place in its narrative. Only by accepting this can society hope to forge a path forward that is grounded in reality, not wishful thinking.